Hi. I get a little too real in this episode. I wanted to put a little disclaimer. I talk about like the cost of living, moving, life stuff later on in the episode. So, if you're uncomfortable with that kind of stuff, it's nothing too graphic or problematic. Just like talking about like cost of living, money and stuff like that. Like it's nothing that bad. If that stuff makes you uncomfortable or you don't relate, don't worry about it. But it's towards that back half of the video. Either way, just want to put that little disclaimer in the beginning. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get to the evolution that happened during grinding. I'm just going to throw this in episode 8 at the beginning. Rebarian is about to evolve. It hit level 25 into a Pelipper. It's currently like 10:58 p.m. I just uploaded episode 7 and doing some grinding for tomorrow's episode. So, yeah, cool. We have a Pelipper on the team. And Protect might be better than Supersonic. So we're going to go with that. And back to grinding. What's going on, Pokemon World and Tokusatsu Multiverse? It's Pokesatsu here, and welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Sapphire Mono Water playthrough. Now, as you saw in the clip that just played, have I mentioned I love living by the highway? Because I sure love living by the highway. As you saw in the clip that I just played, our Wingull just evolved into a Pelipper. But I also mentioned that I'm doing more grinding, so we have a team recap to do. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, I meant to go to summary, so that's might be on that. If it'll go to summary, okay. For starters, everyone is level 26. I figured 26? 26. I swear I can talk. My mouth just won't move as fast as my brain does. We have everyone at level 26. We have Blue Tang, the Azumarill, huge power ability. No held item with Bubble Beam, Strength, Rock Smash, and Dig. It learned Bubble Beam during the grinding portion, so that's a good thing to have on there. We have Remora the Lombre with Rain Dish, and Silk Scarf as the held item, with still no new moves learned: Astonish, Fake Out, Absorb, and Nature Power. Hopefully, it'll learn a water move sometime soon before I just end up giving it Surf. Next, we have Doom the Tentacool with the Clear Body ability, holding the Poison Barb, and it has Poison Sting, Supersonic, Acid, and the newly acquired Bubble Beam that it learned at level 25 during the grinding, which is just so clutch right now. I considered getting rid of Doom last episode, and now there's a chance that I actually do keep her on the team. Next, we have Leviathan the Gyarados with the Intimidate ability, holding the black glasses to boost its bite. We have Tackle, Dragon Rage that it learned during the grinding portion. Honestly, not gonna lie to you, I think it learned it last episode, not during the grinding. But you know what? Honestly, I have to say this right now. Dragon Rage is better than Splash because it's an actual move that does damage. Tackle, Dragon Rage, Bite, and Strength. And next we have Mako the Marshtomp with the Torrent ability. No held item, Water Gun, Mud Slap, Rock Tomb, and Mud Shot. And that is I've done it again. I actually just mentioned you and had a clip about you and then forgot your existence. I'm so sorry, Pelipper. Rev Rebarian the Pelipper with the Keen Eye ability, no held item with the moves Water Gun, Wing Attack, the newly acquired Protect, and Steel Wing. Now, honestly, today's episode's going to be pretty short-ish. I plan on battling Flannery's gym, and just I will probably take on Norman in the next episode. Really, I'm just gonna talk about like my newest Yu-Gi-Oh order and just battle this gym. So if you guys, honestly, I don't know exactly what to say here because it's been an uneventful day. I wanted to record this morning, but there was a guy working on the house that we're currently living in before we moved back to Florida that was working on the house till like 3 o'clock this afternoon, and he got here at 8 a.m. So I wanted to record so much earlier than right now. I think it's like 6 p.m. But honestly, it's going to be okay because this episode is going up today as long as it's not that long. So let's just go ahead and take on the gym. Now, as I was saying about my Yu-Gi-Oh order that I made, the second part of it came today. It was only an envelope with like 7, 8 cards in it, but that's still better than nothing, honestly. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. It is not that one. Okay. But no, I'd say like, the cards that came today are something I really wanted to add to my extra deck in my Legendary Fisherman deck, which was going to be the one that, is it this one? It's, okay, well there's a trainer, but that's fine. The cards I wanted to add were the White Aura Synchro monsters, because I was thinking, you know what would be a good reference in this deck is if we have Fisherman, and then we have a White Whale. Just a quick little, like, you know, YouTube, before I say the word here, I want you to understand that this is a book, not me saying a slur or a swear word. I'm, of course, talking about the book Moby Dick. I feel like, honestly... Oh, we got a trainer. Yeah, willpower, important ability, whatever. I wanted to have, like, White Aura Dolphin, White Aura Porpoise, and then White Aura Whale. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to have all of these, I need to get White Aura Monoceros, and then White Aura Behemoth is how you say it, I think. And then the other two cards I added to the deck, or the extra deck, were Trishula, Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier, and then the original Trishula of Dragon of the Ice Barrier. And I do have Xyz monsters in my deck. I think I'm just going to keep the full armor Black Ray Lancer that I've been using. But also, I'm going to add, I do want to use the other cards that came with Duels from the Deep, like Nash Knight, like the Chaos Xyz, Silent Honor Dark. The other cards, obviously, I want to run those. But the thing is, like, they're, in my opinion, not on character for the, or in character for the deck. If I did use them, I would want to make them useful. And there's going to be a good chunk of cards in my deck that are level 4, but I'd rather have those for Synchro material than I would for Xyz material. So we're just going to go with that. I am planning on adding Crusadia Arborea to the deck as well. I already have one in the deck right now, but I plan on getting 2 so I can have a playset. And then we're going to battle Flannery while I'm talking. But also, I wanted to add a monster that has seen a lot of competitive play when it was coming to making Synchro good with the Link monsters. This was an early card. Not like an early card in that time period. And it was Kriston Halqifibrax. I don't know why, but it's just a good card for the deck. It's a water attribute Link monster. It's Link 2. And it's just, like, you need a tuner monster to summon it. And then if you have Arborea in your hand, you can actually, you can, I think, special summon it from your hand to one of the areas it points to in defense position. And then I have another card in my deck, I think it's Silent Angler, if I remember right, that it can summon itself from the hand if you have a water monster on the field, which I'll already have, like, Halqifibrax and then Crusadia. It's like, the easiest thing to do is do that and then set up for a level 7 Synchro Summon which I think Monoceros is. So that would be a good way of getting it on the field. But, we'll figure it out. If anything, I could try and add something else to the combo to let me summon another really strong monster. So we'll just have to see. Now she's sending in her Torkoal. Now, Torkoal bothers me here because my main goal here is to poison it and then switch back into... Oh my god, really? And it didn't matter. Never mind. We're just going to switch to Leviathan to get us a little Intimidate off. And since it has White Smoke. I keep thinking that Torkoal has Drought, but it didn't get it until, Gen 6, Gen 7? So we're just going to use Dragon Rage. This should do like a third of its HP. Oh, Attract? Does this thing have Body Slam, Attract, and Overheat? That is weird. That is so weird. And Flail. That's strange. That is strange. I mean, that's a good strategy, but that is strange. But no, I want to make this deck as usable as possible, at least for the decks that my friends and I use, just because it would be a really good strategy. But my problem is, you know what? We're going to give Remora a knockout for the first time in a long time. And we're going to almost get, over halfway. That is really nice. And we have just beaten Flannery for the Heat Badge. People have told me in the past that running 3 different summoning mechanics in a deck makes the deck clunky, and they think that it won't work properly. But I'm just like, man, you just gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. Just find a way to make the thing you want to do work. And I'm going to do that. See, caught good Pokemon, I guess it'll be okay to have this. And we have received the Go Goggles from May. That's very nice. Do I want to... Oh, okay, so this isn't like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I didn't remember that. She doesn't take us straight to Petalburg with her. But that's going to be perfectly fine. Now, except for battling Flannery today, I figured I'm just going to add some more time on this episode since we're only running 11 minutes in and I've already done what I planned on doing. We're going to go to the... Oh, I thought I battled this guy. We're going to go to the desert and we're going to battle the trainers there. Basically make this sort of a battle-heavy episode. Just, try and battle some trainers, get some extra experience points on the team. And we're just going to do what we can here. I will probably, most likely, battle Norman in the next episode, which honestly I may record today. I'm going to be out doing more things tomorrow involving packing and getting boxes and everything for work tomorrow. So, or not work tomorrow, but for moving, because I really would love to. I have to be moved out of my current place by midnight on Halloween. No, this isn't a forceful thing, you have to be out of the house. We're not getting evicted. We're just moving. But the thing is, I personally just, they want us to move out. They said no rush, but we have until the 31st to move out. But not going to lie to you guys, of course I told you my mom's staying in my guest room. My mom is really sick. She has a lot of health problems. So I will probably have to do most of the heavy lifting and most of the actual work while moving. So we basically just I think there was a hidden item here. Why would there not be a hidden item here? That's really strange. I'm going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting and Mom's going to do a lot of the driving. We figured that was sort of an even compromise. So that's perfectly fine on my end. So really, and the thing is, we have been living where we currently live for about 7 months now. And I told you guys that the house was having renovations and repairs done. The thing is, this house is not finished now. I've been paying, breaking the real world boundary here, $600 a month for an unfinished house. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But even then, it's like, if the house was finished, perfectly done, ready to go, $600 just still is hard for me. When my job was paying me $17 an hour, 40 hours a week, and with Alabama taxes, it's like I'm making $557 a week on a weekly paycheck. It's like, when one week's like paycheck is not even enough for like your rent payment, that's a problem. That is a real problem. And I know people are like, we don't care about this, we don't need to know about this. And you know what? You're fully fair for having that opinion. I will never say somebody's opinion is wrong if it doesn't sound relevant to them. We got TM37. Pretty sure that's Sandstorm. We're not going to use it, but it's always good to sell for money. But no, we're moving back to Florida just because, like, it was just easier living there. We didn't have to worry about money all that much, and she had a really nice doctor down there. Really, like, I don't know exactly how it got here, but I basically went from talking about Yu-Gi-Oh cards to moving, which has been like a good amount of the times I've talked during these episodes. But you know what? It's okay. That's my life. And if you guys are okay with that, then you're okay with that. And if you're not, then you're not. And I completely understand that. But overall, I would say, it just really depends on, like, hopefully we're going to go talk with a hiring service to get me hired back on my other job, and that I had before moving, not the one that I had right before moving, but the one before that, and see if I can get back on their weekly shift and do that until either YouTube picks up or I can retire. You want to know which one I think is more likely? Retiring. Why am I taking so many just deep breaths between those words? That is so weird. That is so weird. But you know what? It's fine. It's going to be perfectly fine. Switching in here, I think, honestly, the one Pokemon that needs more experience is Remora. Remora needs something. I'd love to learn a water move with Remora. Just learn. I don't even care if it's like Bubble or Water Gun. I don't care. Just please learn something. Please learn something. Like the chip damage from the Sandstorm, it don't bother me. I should have used Absorb, and now I feel like an idiot. Don't use Dig. What? No. Why you do this? Okay, we need to definitely hit this Absorb before we get poisoned. Because, I mean, I love Sandshrew. Sandshrew's my boy. But, like, can't be losing to one with something that it's weak to both of its typings. Oh my god. Stop. Remora, stop being bad. Learn a water move. Oh god, that's probably gonna take it out. What? But now we're slower. We're at an HP where I'm just not comfortable with. We're gonna switch into Mako. Immune to the Sandstorm. I don't know why I haven't been just doing this whole episode using Mako. And you get confused as soon as you switch in. To just bring, like, clarity to what I was saying during, like, the part where I was talking about moving. Honestly, I kind of regret moving back to where I live currently. Because it's, like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Alabama will always be home. I grew up here, not here where I currently live, but I grew up in Alabama. Alabama will always be home, but Florida was just better overall. Like, yeah, there is the hurricane stuff that was going on and all that stuff. I don't mean, like, hurricane stuff, make it sound like a small issue, but, like, honestly, And I think, yeah, we're back on Route 112. I don't want to make that sound like a small issue. For anyone that was dealing with, was it Hurricane Helen or Hurricane Milton or whatever it was, of course, my thoughts and prayers are out to you, even though Anthony Jeselnik says thoughts and prayers do fucking nothing. It's like, if I had the money to donate, I would. Like, if I had, and anything, if I could help, I would. So, that's not a problem, me saying that. My thoughts and prayers. If I had more money, I would donate it to help y'all out. But, again, that's really neither here nor there, because if I had it, I would have done it, but I don't. So, I don't want to make that sound like a small issue, but if the only real negative thing that moving to Florida could do to my life is have more chances of, hurricanes or something like that, or bad weather, I'll take that option over just being broke all the time. I know that sounds stupid, borderline the bad R word people aren't allowed to say, but it feels different when you've went from going from a city where you're working and making a lot of money to moving to another city and making the same amount of money just for every bill to double, or except for my Wi-Fi, triple. So that's how real that is. That's just how real that is. So yeah, real conversations with Real Pokesatsu. That's just kind of how I am. I like to talk my opinion, say my opinion, and if you disagree, you disagree. And if I'm wrong, then I will gladly admit to it, because I will learn something new. But either way, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way back to Mauville City here, and then I'm going to end the episode there. And in the next episode, we'll make our way back to Petalburg, and I knew I'd regret not challenging this trainer, but it's perfectly fine. Got Shroomish. We're going to switch into Ribarian here. I don't know. Real conversations with Real Pokesatsu. I may keep that name for later. I've wanted to bring back, for those who have been a subscriber on this channel for a decent amount of time, or have been following my Instagram for a certain amount of time, I used to have something called the Pokesatsu podcast, and I only got to about 3 episodes of that series before I just stopped doing it, because it just wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't making decent numbers, and I would just record the audio on my phone, and it would just have a black screen, and you can't relate to a solid black screen if someone's talking about real life events. You just can't do that. If you want to listen to something that has a black screen that will help you relax or something, just turn on, ocean or rain sounds while you're trying to sleep. Not trying to hear some guy talk about his life, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and Pokemon. So, yeah, we're just going to make our way over here to the Pokemon Center and heal. And, yeah. This episode kind of ended on somewhat of a somber note. I don't know why it did, how it led to that way, but basically, you guys understand that within 2 weeks' time, I'm going to start recording more episodes. I'm going to start doing more content, start posting even more regular than I am now. I've gotten to the point on my Instagram where I haven't posted until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Who looks at Instagram at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night? Besides people who post around that time. Or people who are bored or trying to go to sleep and can't. I don't know. So I want to start posting earlier, recording earlier, and getting my life back on track. And I sort of want to use this series and the videos here on my channel to let you guys know updates on that. Instead of making update videos, why not have each episode be its own update? How my life is going, how I'm feeling right now, and if I'm not feeling good, there's no episode that day. And it just feels more real that way to me. Real in my username was meant to be when I had my original Instagram account banned for some reason after like 8 or 9 months. Like my original one that just had Pokesatsu, like it got banned after 7 months, and I don't know why. But then it's like I put Real because my second account was called Pokesatsu 2. But I decided to change that to Real Pokesatsu because my other account I couldn't get back into, so I left it alone. And I kept going with my second account as my main account, which it still is to this day. Like, I don't log into anything, I don't, like, link it with any other social media, but that's not the point of here. If there's no video, like, videos are daily on this channel, if I can help it, then we're gonna do that. But if not, then you understand that, yeah, things aren't going well. But understand that I will come back with another video and tell you guys what's going on. But I want this series and future videos to just be me playing Pokemon, talking about my life, and just enjoying it. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to call the video right here. So, whether you're trying to be the very best, like no one ever was, or just trying to ride or kick it up a notch, just remember that you've got this, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.